Let's call the August 17th meeting of the Wheaton Park District together. Mike, would you call the roll, please?
Yes, ma'am. Commissioner Byers.
Here.
Commissioner Morrill.
Here.
Commissioner Mee.
Here.
Commissioner Kelly.
Here.
Commissioner Fry.
Here.
President Hodgkinson.
Here. I think our first presentation is going to be early childhood teen programs. And is that going to be Kristen?
Kristen is up.
Kristen is up. That would explain why Kristen is here.
Good evening. Staff are gearing up for the start of the 2016-2017 school year. Wide Horizons preschool programming begins Monday the week of August 29th, and there are still a few openings left, so we're trying to fill those. There will be some new holiday break teen travel trips coming up in November and December. The fall break trekkers will be traveling to Whirly Ball in Lombard on November 21st, main event in Warrenville on November 22nd, and Rock and Jump in Carroll Stream on November 23rd. Our winter break trekkers will be venturing to Vertical Endeavors in Glendale Heights on December 21st, iFly in Naperville on December 22nd, and K1 Speed in Addison on December 22nd. So all of those teen trips will be running this fall. The Teen Service Series was created to give youth and teens in the community an opportunity to give back and gain service hours for their school or their club. So this fall's options are in September, West Suburban Humane Society. October will be the Ronald McDonald House. Also in October, there'll be the Boo Bash at the Glen Ellen Park District and Halloween happening here at the Wheaton Park District. And in November, they will be going to the Northern Illinois Food Bank. All the teen trips are offered in co-op with the Glen Ellen Park District. And for more information, all of this is in the fall program guide or on the website at wheatonparkdistrict.com.
Great.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks,
Kristen, what do they do at the food bank?
At the food bank, they'll be packing mostly in small groups. It's kind of like Feed My Starving Children, except they'll be packing for the food bank and stuff.
Yeah, I've been there. It's a big operation.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kristen. Do we have anyone signed up for public comment this evening? Okay. Let's move on to the consent agenda. Do we have a motion to approve?
I would do that. As presented with one revision to item number C, the Finance Subcommittee minutes changed to showing Mike coming into that meeting at about 5:05. I think there was a revision somewhere in there. Anyway, item A, approval of disbursements totaling $1,529,569.67. Period beginning July 13, 2016, and ending August 9, 2016. Approval of the meeting minutes from July 20, 2016. Approval of the Finance Subcommittee minutes from August 4, 2016 with that amendment. D, approval of Building and Ground Subcommittee meeting minutes from August 4, 2016. And E, approval to issue a check for $11,270 for the Wheaton Police Department to them for service at the Taste of Wheaton.
Is there a second?
Second.
We have a motion by me and a second by Morrill. Any other comments or questions? Roll call.
Commissioner Byers.
Yes.
Commissioner Morrill.
Yes.
Commissioner Mee.
Yep.
Commissioner Kelly.
Yes.
Commissioner Fry.
Yes.
President Hodgkinson.
Yes. All right, next on to our, we don't have any unfinished business, correct? We do not. All right, let's on to the new business. Let's do the bid results and recommendations for the 2017 program guides, printing services. Do we have a motion to that effect?
Sure, I'll move that we award a contract with the Stratmore Company for printing services of the 2017 board guide, program guide in the amount of $40,836 for a lowest page count and a maximum of $72,020 for our highest projected page count.
I'll second that. They are, for the record, the lowest bidder.
We have a motion by Kelly and a second by me to approve this. Any other comments or questions? Roll call.
Commissioner Byers.
Yes.
Commissioner Morrill.
Yes.
Commissioner Mee.
Yes.
Commissioner Kelly.
Yes.
Commissioner Fry.
Yes.
President Hodgkinson.
Yes. Next, we have the bid results for the 27 program guide delivery. And I'm looking for a motion to approve.
I move that we accept the bid results and recommendation for 2017 program guide delivery. It is recommended that the Wheaton Park District Board of Commissioners approve mail delivery of all 4 2017 program guides, winter, spring, summer, and fall, with AMSO zip mailing service in the amount of $51,528.
Second.
We have a motion by Fry and a second from Kelly. Commissioner Mee?
Question for Mike. Mike, they are the sole bidder in this process. Is there any reason to rebid? And were they the sole bidder last time?
Correct. We went with AMSO as opposed to the Chicago Tribune, who failed to bid last time around. Appears that they're getting out of the business. It appears that the traditional way that we had been doing it, not many people have been making a go of it, so they're just no longer bidding on our delivery. AMSO is kind of a hybrid of direct mail programming, and we hired them for one book, if you will recall, last year, and then we were going to award the other books if they did a good job. And they've done a great job, and I'm very thankful that we've got a firm that has found a way, albeit more expensively, to get our books where they need to be in a mailbox, and we are no longer having the difficulties of having books wind up in, off the porch or a pile of them on the corner.
Puddles of water.
Ruined in water. So we're very pleased with this, and it really proves that you get what you pay for. We will be within budget this year between printing and delivery with the great quotes that we get from Strathmore as well. And 17, obviously, we will budget accordingly to continue to work with AMSO. If we rebid it, we'll get the same result.
Okay, thank you.
I saw an advance. Yes, John?
Just, Mike, refresh my memory. What was the cost to mail them? Didn't we switch this delivery because it was cheaper than mailing them?
Well, this is a Val can probably shed more light on it. We used to use what's the class? It's bulk rate and saturating carrier routes, and doing it that way was, while cost effective, when you pay for bulk rate third class mail, you get third class delivery.
Oh, okay.
We also ran into problems with the United States Postal Service where we would have our printers' trucks deliver the books, and the truck would get locked into the lot for 5 hours, or just one problem after another at the bulk rate model. In other words, it wasn't important to them. So this model is a bit, and Val, correct me if I'm wrong, if you need to stand up and straighten me out, please do, but this is a bit of a hybrid between the bulk rate and the delivery process that we've been using before, and details beyond that I'm not sure of, other than everybody's happy. Did I do a good job, Val? Thank you.
I got to see an advanced copy of our community interest survey today, and I know that in past years when we've reviewed these bids, there's always been the question of, should we be going to online delivery or not? And overwhelmingly, the majority of people in Wheaton still would like to have a paper copy delivered, so we have some verification that this cost is worth that. So, okay, so we have a motion, and I'm going to, Bob, did you make the motion?
Yes. I seconded.
We have a motion by Fry and a second by Kelly to approve this presentation. Roll call, Mike.
Commissioner Fry?
Yes.
Commissioner Kelly?
Yes.
Commissioner Mee?
Yes.
Commissioner Morrill?
Yes.
Commissioner Vyers?
Yes.
President Hodgkinson?
Yes. The next item is the bid results and recommendations for 2016 fencing. This does not have anything to do with the Olympic sport.
Okay.
Do we have a motion?
Yeah, I'll make the motion. I think we got to do them individually,
I think
right?
we do
Because
have
they're
to do.
separate contractors.
They're separate contracts.
Okay, so if I'm, all right, so the first three are going. All right, so first I'll move, oh, you're doing it off of there.
I think this would be maybe
Yeah.
better, more useful to
Okay,
don't you?
that's fine. So first I'll move that we approve a contract to Northern Illinois Fence Company for the Seven Gables backstops, the Atten backstops, and the Graph dugout fencing in the amount of $156,525 as they are the low bidder.
Second.
We have a motion by Kelly and a second by Morrill, by me. Any questions, comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Vyers?
Yes.
Commissioner Morrill?
Yes.
Commissioner Me?
Yes.
Commissioner Kelly?
Yes.
Commissioner Fry?
Yes.
President Hodgkinson?
Yes.
Okay, now I'll make a motion that we approve a contract to Arena
The
Fence.
point of,
John, hang on.
hold on, John.
I think we missed alternate 4A on that last motion.
That's part of that?
No.
4A and
is the
C
next
are
one.
in the
in the
Arena Fence.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Quit fooling around, Rob.
All right. John, you want
All
to?
right, so now I'll move that we approve a contract to Arena Fence for alternate 4A, which is the central ornamental steel fencing along Illinois Street. Alternate 4C, which is the central ornamental steel fence along Mariano's Drive, in the amount of $64,220, as they are the low bidder.
I'll second.
All right. We have a motion by Kelly and a second by Fry. Comments or questions?
I think we might have missed one in that one. I hate to follow in Rob's footsteps and be wrong, but there's also the
Is it the Cosley Keeper?
Central Illinois, the Illinois Street piece to it, 42,150. There's 3 separate pieces for arena fence to get to the 60-some thousand. It's on the.
I think the total amount of Arena Fence's contract is $64,120. Is that correct?
That's correct.
220.
Correct. Yeah,
220.
the two you made your motion referenced were along. Whereas, excuse me, that's the 4A plus 4. Sorry.
4A plus 4C is correct, right?
Correct.
Right, yeah.
It is.
Okay.
See, Rob, what you did? No, you
I
got
should
that.
have.
I'm going to interrupt after the next one. And
Anybody else want to be wrong on one of these?
John is never going to make another
We have,
one.
Mike typed this out for us.
meeting time here, guys.
we have a motion by Kelly and a second by Fry to approve this second fencing bid. Any other comments?
No.
Any from the audience?
Seriously, he did say 64,220.
Correct, 220.
64,220.
Okay.
Okay, this meeting is going to pot here quickly.
Roll call.
Commissioner Fry.
Yes.
Commissioner Kelly.
Yes.
Commissioner Me.
Yes.
Commissioner Morrill.
Yes.
Commissioner Vyers.
Yes.
President Hodgkinson.
Yes. Does anybody want to be brave and venture on the third one?
So now I'm
John's on a
going to,
roll.
I'm sure Mike's sheet is right. So now I request that we approve a contract to Classic Fence for item 5, which was the Cosley Keebler Barn Fence, and alternate 6A, the Arrowhead Parking PVC Privacy Fence, in the amount of $73,820.
Ray,
Second it.
hang on a minute. No, never mind.
Do you want to choose a color for that fence?
We have a motion by Kelly and a second by Morrill. Any other comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Vyers.
Yes.
Commissioner Morrill.
Yes.
Commissioner Me.
Yes.
Commissioner Kelly.
Yes.
Commissioner Fry.
Yes.
President Hodgkinson.
We've never had so much trouble with an
Yes.
easy meeting.
Yes. All right, next is our engagement for our auditors, for our audit services, and this is for the Park District and for the foundation. So I'm looking for a motion.
Move to approve the recommendation to engage Lauterbach and Amman for professional audit services for the Wheaton Park District, according to what I read, for a 3-year period. Is that correct, Mike?
That is correct.
Cool.
Was there a cost that we were assigning that?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think there was
Yeah,
there?
there's 3 separate prices for each.
But it's a professional services contract, so I'm not sure that we need to build in the cost.
I'd be happy to read them in for the record. Lauterbach and Amon, Wheaton Park District Audit, Year 1, $17,300. Year 2, $17,700. Year 3, $18,100. Cosley Zoo Foundation Audit, Year 1, $4,500. Year 2, $4,600. Year 3, $4,700. DuPage County Historical Museum Foundation Audit, Year 1, $2,500. Year 2, $2,575. Year 3, $2,650. And then finally, the Play for All Playground and Garden Foundation Audit, Year one, $2,300. Year two, $2,355. And year three, $2,410. For total audit fees of year one, $26,600. Year two, $27,230. And year three, $27,860. All low bidder. Or, correct? Did I get that part right? Second lowest bidder.
Second lowest bidder, I believe.
And the first one, this was kicked around quite a bit at our finance subcommittee meeting, and I believe that the lowest bidder did not have the experience and at least what we perceived to be what we needed for our organization.
And I think they only had one person who had an experience with park district audits, and he'd only been a principal for a while.
Correct.
And they were higher for the foundation audits.
For the foundations?
They
Okay,
were higher
thanks.
on the foundation
Thanks, Rita.
audits.
Yeah, so they were higher for the foundations. All right. How about a roll call for this?
Commissioner Vyers?
Yes.
Commissioner Morrell?
Yes.
Commissioner Mee?
Yes.
Commissioner Kelly?
Yes.
Commissioner Fry?
Yes.
President Hodgkinson?
Yes. I just want to clarify, this was for the years 2017 through 19,
Correct.
correct? Okay. All right, Mike, are we going to review some health insurance?
Yes, just seeking no action at this point in time. By way of review, we are in the middle of year one of a 3-year health insurance agreement with the Park District Risk Management Agency. As we do spend upwards of $1.5 million a year for health insurance costs, I try to take a good look at how we might be doing business differently every year. It's a very large piece of our budget. We have the ability to do certain things under our current agreement with PDERMA. Recently, there was legislative relief provided that would allow a member of a pool like ours to give 120 days notice to remove ourselves from a pool. And that was the original thought process by looking at the Intergovernmental Personal Benefits Cooperative, that is a much larger pool, and we probably could stabilize our rates and instead of seeing 4 to 11% increases, see something on the order of 1 to 2.5%, 3% on an annual basis. Long story short, as you may have seen from our opinion from our attorney, we can leave PDERMA if we wish. However, the time period to not have any penalty exacted upon us would be 1 full year of notice. If we chose to leave earlier than that, i.e. giving them 120 days notice, while we have 2 years left on our current agreement, their current bylaws state that we would owe them a year's premiums essentially after we left, which, as I said, is about $1.4 million. Not a good idea. Our lawyers, and I concur, even though I certainly am not a lawyer, believe that aspect of the PDERMA bylaws are not the spirit of the legislation, and were we to suggest that either we litigate or they litigate if we left and didn't pay them, we believe we would prevail. However, that's costly. Secondarily, we are also members of Property Casualty Program. We have one membership with PDERMA. We chose health and property casualty. The PDERMA bylaws also call for expulsion if we do not pay a bill either for health or property casualty. So we would be expelled by their bylaws from property casualty as well. And we have no reason to believe, based on, again, research we do, that we can do better in property casualty than PDERMA. So we're very happy with that service. And frankly, we're very happy with the health insurance service with PDERMA. We, as a larger cohort in the entire operation of PDERMA for health, we are paying probably more than we would with a larger pool where we have larger entities than us. So in other words, we may be underwriting a stronger Office of Administrative Support as well as smaller entities. So IPCB is a cooperative of cities and villages and is a much larger pool. which is why ultimately we could do better as a middle to larger size member of PDERMA, which is a smaller pool. So it's just a matter of looking with the way things are with health insurance these days at a way to do better for the taxpayers and our employees. Long story short, my recommendation at this point in time is to stay the course, and possibly I would like to bring before the Finance Committee in September, before we come back in September, the possibility of putting a year notice for withdrawal from PDERMA if the IPBC is interested in honoring the quotes for a stabilized rate for 18 months, as well as certainly their record speaks for themselves, as we discussed at the Finance Committee meeting. There doesn't seem to be any doubt that over time we would save money on the annual rate increases for their cohort versus the PDERMA cohort. So unless there's, and it would be a more lengthy discussion, probably not in this forum, regarding, do we provide a year notice, go ahead and finish our second and third term and provide notice then, or is there enough feelings among board members and staff that would be worth pushing it? I never believe litigation is the answer, and I certainly time flies by pretty darn quick. I'm happy to wait a year and do things the right way in accord with the law, as well as, while I find them onerous, PDERMA's bylaws. Make no mistake, their penalty clauses are a disincentive to leave the organization. And, frankly, while that doesn't, leave a great taste in people's mouths, is how they're doing business. It's their business model, and we're a part of it. We've been a founding member, and that's the story. So in September, if it's acceptable to the board members that attend the Finance Committee meeting in September, perhaps we take a look at a year notice of withdrawal, all on a friendly basis with PDERMA, as we have had in the past. And PDERMA respects my wishes to continue to explore ways to save money on health insurance. It's never been an argument. It's never been conflictual. It's our job. It's my job to do as good a job as we can in saving people money and providing the best health insurance we can for our cohort. And I just wanted to make sure that you and staff knew that we continue to look at those ways to save money and improve services.
John, I'm going to ask you, as chair of the Finance Committee, there was no decision made at the earlier Finance Committee meeting. Okay. All right. So we're going to discuss it at the September meeting. Yeah, Terry?
I'll make a comment before we do that, because I'll use Mike's word as onerous. I like to challenge onerous business practices. So, I'm not going to be, applauding PDERMA for its, let's just say, the provisions for certain things. And I want to read two excerpts from the Tressler recommendation, or at least memo to us. And that one, the start of it is in other options and considerations. In addition to the options discussed above, Park District could also challenge PDERMA's termination policy. It goes on later to say it's also important to note that the Park District may be able to eliminate the risk of expulsion by challenging PDERMA's termination policy without taking any action that would support expulsion. So I'm not, I would like to look at a challenge, to their termination policy based on the law. And I don't know, Mike, what it would cost us. Tressler would have to tell us that. I don't know what a challenge involves. Maybe a challenge is simply a grievance. Maybe it's, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's an arbitration. I really don't know. But I don't want to be bent over by, PDERMA and, their, as you call them, onerous, provisions. So I'm going to be looking to push, that option, to take a look at, moving to challenge that and up to, possibly expulsion.
I look forward to a lively dialogue.
Yeah, I was going to say,
sure there will be.
let's try to get as many members of the board as possible to the Finance Committee meeting so we can have a discussion about this. And let's not assign any words to PDERMA, because we've been very happy with many of the services that we
You
receive.
know, just like
and-
we chose a different
Yeah.
auditing firm, we
Yeah.
need to look at other opportunities from time to time.
Right, right. Okay. Okay, so we'll refer this back to the Finance Committee meeting in September, and then that group can make a recommendation to us later. Did you want to discuss anything, Mike?
You know,
I'm going to jump over the community center report, but I'm
Okay.
coming back to it.
You know, not as far as a report is concerned. There's just one thing I'd like to announce, to our friends at home, and we had the Wheaton Warrenville South football team, Coach Muhitch, and our one of our athletic managers, Rob Sheridan, coordinated this. Their football team came out and did a work day for us at the Central Athletic Complex and painted the entire retaining wall. You may have noticed it's now battleship gray instead of 5 different colors that didn't look fantastic. And they also spent a great deal of time picking up rocks, as you know, with that new site. We continue to find rocks, and I think that and they volunteered their time, and they had a great time. And I just wanted to say thank you to Coach Muhitch and the Wheaton Warrenville South football team for coming out and helping. We're proud, and I think they're proud of the fact that a lot of kids come out of our Rams program and make that program the success that it is, along obviously with great coaching and other programs feeding into it. So it's nice to say thank you, and in this case, it's well deserved.
Thank you. Anything else?
No.
All right, Vicki, let's go ahead and have our community center report. You're going to be the one who's presenting that, or no? Questions about the community center report?
Maybe comments?
Comments? I'm sure Vicki would like to hear the comments.
I'd just like to point out page 11 and 12 in regards to the customer service commitment and customer service standards. They're all excellent. They're exceptional. Thank you. And hopefully the staff are following through on this. But especially page 11 and 12, take note of. Very good report. Thank you.
Terry, did you have comments
Vicki,
too?
I really like the mission statement. Community Center's mission is to provide a safe, inviting, and well-maintained facility that meets the recreational, educational, social needs of the residents. I think it does all of that, and we continue to do it. Question for you. It's not a significant dollar amount, but I see that our total expenses were about the same. Revenue was slightly decreased. Not a lot, but some.
Open gym.
Is
So
that-
I think there was less open gym in 15 than 14 because the gym was used more for recreation programming, not affording us enough time to have open gym. That's where the variance comes from.
It's not a lot.
No,
so.
it's insignificant.
That National Customer Service Week I thought was pretty cool.
It was a big hit.
Yeah. Is that the first time we've
That
done
was
it?
the
Because I haven't
first
seen it
time
before.
we've done it. It was a great way for us. We put a big emphasis on 14 in creating a customer service environment and a responsive environment at the community center. It was a great way for us to recognize the staff and the other departments that we collaborate with and the patrons. It was very well received.
Good. It
Very well received.
looked pretty cool. And then looking ahead to 2017,
Mm-hmm.
at least maybe latter 2016, 2017, 2 message centers. Is it going to be some kind of board, or what is it going to be?
I've been working with Christina Nemitz in marketing, and she's found a contact to make some aesthetic improvements to community
Good.
center lobby signage. So message centers, pull wraps, directional signage that should make the center lobby look great.
Yeah, I think it's
will look great.
well deserved, and I think it'll go over well. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Other questions? Comments? Thank you, Vicki,
welcome.
very much. Nice report. All right, other staff reports.
Jane, I'd like to just comment on a couple of special events that took place in August. First, Cosley golf outing that took place at the beginning of August. It's a great event, and hats off to Bruce and to Andy and the rest of the staff at Arrowhead for a really great event. And it's super supportive of Cosley Zoo as well, so terrific mission. And then the other would be the Brew Fest that took place just, was that last weekend already, or 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago.
Saturday.
Yeah. So Dan and Christina did a great job on that as usual, getting the volunteers to pour just the right amount and to make sure that things went smoothly. It's a really great event. I mean, it's a day in the sun, great music, tons of attendees. I think we set a record right on ticket sales. But not an unruly crowd though. It was very well and under control. And then what really impresses me is afterwards you go into downtown Wheaton, into the restaurants and there, and they're just packed with people who have continued the party and taken it to downtown Wheaton. They're spending their hard-earned money in the restaurants in downtown. So it's a wonderful event in that it supports the museum, supports Casa DuPage, but it's also a great benefit for just the economics of downtown Wheaton. So great job on that, guys. Thank you.
Ray?
A few things very quickly. Congratulations to the staff on their ComEd Green Region grant for $10,000. Comes, I guess, from ComEd and Open Lands in support of the Lincoln March nature play area. Where's the nature play area going to be?
I had no idea.
Lincoln
I'm sure
Avenue.
Rob could tell you.
Lincoln Avenue?
Lincoln Avenue, where we did that little prairie restoration with the walk around it.
Okay. And just a reminder for board staff, there's the ceremony at the Central Athletic Complex on September 22nd at 6 o'clock. Dedicate that fine facility that is almost finished, getting there. Pretty soon it'll be done, as soon as we get ice and a few other amenities. Have we heard anything about the $5,000 nature play grant for Cosley Zoo? No? Okay. Okay, very good. It's a grant application specifically for children and families with autism. And again, it kind of ties in with our sensory garden and playground program that we're involved in. And then finally, Wendy, congratulations to her for the excellent Ellis and Associates lifeguard audit that they recently had. It's a tough audit, and I've been there and done that and been involved with it, so congratulations when they can do that well. That's all I have. Thank you.
I wanted to echo John's sentiments about the Cosley Classic and the Brewfest. I got a chance to participate in the Cosley Classic, and it was, once again, well done. A major staff effort, and, everybody did a great job, Mike. The Brewfest had the opportunity to be a very active pourer at one of the tents. It was another significant event, by the staff, and certainly CASA, gets a mention in that too. But it brought a lot of people. The weather was great, but it was, at least in our tent, it was nonstop action for about 4.5 hours. So I mean, it was significant, and I know that Christina and Dan and Mike and a lot of people had a lot of, involvement in it, and it's a big event. It's much bigger than what I think anybody realizes as far as planning and then pulling it off, and then the takedown. It's very involved. So I think it's one to continue, that's for sure. But everybody did a great job. Kudos. I think it's important for us and the public to acknowledge, that with a recent auction of obsolete equipment, it came in at a price tag of about $24,000 to us, minus a 3% fee to the auction company. But I think that's pretty significant, Mike. So keep doing that. I saw that the pool pass revenue is up. So Wendy's not here, so pass it on to her. Nice job. Maybe I don't know if it's the weather or what it is, but it hasn't been up for a while, but it's up now. And I don't know that anybody can answer it, but I noticed that the Cosley, revenues and the program attendance and so forth was a little bit down this year from this time last year. So I don't know if it's weather related. Does anybody know?
I'm sure we could get the answer.
That's all right. I'll figure it out. I just wondered if anybody knew. What's that, Dan?
July was a little hot on visitorship.
Okay.
But again, we just had a successful Minion Day last week.
Good idea.
You've seen our weekly update that comes out here. I think we're chasing all of 103
Good. Yeah, I know it fluctuates a little bit. I just wondered if it was the weather that kind of. Yep. Thanks, Dan. That's all I got.
Other comments? I just wanted to mention that this coming Saturday, which this program will have already, I don't even know if it will have aired by that time. There'll be another play day at the Sensory Garden Playground, which is at the south area of Wheaton. If you're looking to see where this playground is, you've heard us talk about it for a number of years. It's off of Naperville Wheaton Road at Navistar Drive or Navistar Lane, and you go east there, and then when the road forks, you go to the left and go into the parking lot, and then you walk into the park. If you haven't had a chance to be there, or if you have young children that you'd like to take out to see it, it's developing into a nice play area. And then the weekend after that, we're going to have Shakespeare in the Park, which is always a big hit. And I know that there is a GoFundMe campaign for it. I saw that earlier in the week. I don't know what it's up to now. So if people want to donate to the GoFundMe and bring Shakespeare to downtown Wheaton, then they can go ahead and support that. And then, Ray, thanks again for mentioning the CAC meeting dedication, which will be in September 22nd. Any other comments or questions? Mike, I know we will have the community interest survey, the preliminary on that next month, correct?
We will, and the board will get an advance copy tomorrow.
Okay, good.
One other comment. Looks like our governor has signed into law a new an increase in the threshold for competitive bidding from $20,000 to $25,000. So according to what I'm seeing, it's effective immediately. So that'll change some of what we do.
It helps.
All right. Then I'm looking for a motion to adjourn.
To adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion by Kelly and a second by Fry to adjourn. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.